Hi, today we are looking at X-Force issue 5, written by Geoffrey Thorne, drawn by Marcus To, and colored by Erick Arciniega. Full spoilers ahead, and you're forewarned. I continue to enjoy this book and urge people to look past the title. I mean, why does X-Force have to be a violent kill, kill, kill type of books? I mean, that this is a good story. Why is there a dislike for it just because it does not match the expectation of what the book should be based on the title? This has nothing to do with the writing, and as you will see later, the art. So please set that aside and enjoy the book for what it is. We start this issue with the same Sage in a monologue, and I was getting a little worried. Who is Sage talking about? Is it as we guessed previously, and that she's remembering something from her past, or is one of the X-Force members going to die? I mean, it does not help that the cover says, this issue X-Force dies. Hi, Future Tyler here. I know, but we will get to that later. Um, I had a chuckle that even in the alternate universe, Forge and Storm's relationship did not end well. And did Forge just shot out Storm with a power draining gun again? And since Thorne loves his deep cards, I searched for Captain Asyria and realized that the Avengers, or a very similar one, appeared before. Um, their first appearance was in New Warriors Volume 1, Issue 11. Though it is difficult to say if these are just odds that are similar to that one or the same, as some of the members of Avengers are different. Once again, Rachel needed a boost from Betsy. So there's definitely something wrong with her. Thankfully, it does not, I mean, feel the same as Magneto's. She's not losing control of her powers, just maybe not enough juice. She did die and was resurrected a few times by the Five during the Age of Krakoa. So that is slightly worrisome. I like that the telepaths read the minds of the Odd Avengers and use it to their advantage. I mean, that is a really, really smart way to end the confrontation, especially since the other team is obviously a version of heroes that they knew. And Rachel noted it almost immediately. I'm very curious as to what is happening to Rachel. She seems to be able to read their minds very easily, even easier than Betsy, but some other aspects of her powers needed boosting from her significant other. Anyway, as you mentioned earlier, Thorne loves flexing his Marvel knowledge, and I'm here for it. I love the Dimensional Rifts page, and I love the X-Men Alpha Flight reference, which we last saw in Storm issue 1 in the form of a costume homage to the Asgardian Storm. As an aside, when the Odd Avengers yell the battle cry, like Avengers attacked, and Forge yell, X-Force, go! And I was like, really? Forge? That's the best you can do? Now, the other big question in this issue is, did Forge know what's going to happen? He's not a precog, but he also boosted his powers, perhaps permanently, perhaps not. So we do not know exactly the limits of his powers at this time. On the reread, given that I knew what happened, Forge definitely knew, despite his denial, that Surge has to sacrifice herself, and was planting the idea in her. He specifically said to Surge, sometimes it's down to you and the hard choice. In an earlier scene, that seems very likely to be more than just a foreshadowing. To add to what you said, that pause when Sage confronted Forge, I think says it all. I did not know that he could be that cold. And Sage is correct. He could have built a machine beforehand because he knew. I did not like that Surge was killed off, partially because I feel like the young mutants of Academy X seldom gets a chance to shine. But at the very least, she went out in a heroic type of moment. I cannot speak of this without mentioning the art. So there's a little bit of crossover with the next session here, because the words and the art really worked hand in hand to deliver a hero's moment for Surge. I mean, Surge's expression, especially as she realized what she had to do, hits pretty hard. At the back of my mind, I was thinking, there is no more resurrection. This is pretty much it for her for now. And it got me. The art continues to be amazing, and I think it is even more so in this issue. I mean, Toll packed so much into this issue, and actually every issue before that. I mean, Toll had drawn 5 straight issues of X-Force with a lengthier issue 1, so say 5.5 issues. And the past 3 issues were on a bi-weekly schedule. Granted, we do not know how much lead time these books has, but it is still a very impressive achievement in my opinion. In this modern era where artists could rarely do more than 3 issues without swapping out, to a secondary artist, you know. Not only that, the art did not even seem rushed or, experience a drop in quality. And we have how many characters in this issue? There are 6 X-Force plus 5 Avengers, and the many background characters, including, 1 panel of X-Men. I mean, like I said, Toe packed a lot into one single issue. Agree. Look at the panel right after Horus teleported them to the third dimensional rift. That could very well be a splash page, but nope, it is just one large panel in this absolutely packed page. Look at every single panels on this page. The least number of characters in one panel is 6, and I counted this page alone has 38 characters, monsters. I also love the expressiveness of the characters, right? Storm's anger simply through her eyes, Sage plea which turned into anger, and like I mentioned earlier, the expressions on Sage's face as she realized that she had to sacrifice herself. Man, that really, really got me when I reread the issue. So, forwards, great story, great art. I think this is the best issue yet. So, it is a 4.5 out of 5 for me. And the story hits just as hard, if not harder, on the reread. So, I agree with the rating. So, needless to say, this is a must buy. And please, please, please do not skip this just because it is not what you think an X-Force book should be. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe to our channel, which as of recording is 4 shy of 100 subs. Please share this with your friends and leave us a comment. Thanks, and Tyler out.